So, okay, great.
Excellent. So,
Oh,
welcome everyone to the Wild Oxfordshire Annual Lecture 2024. My name is David Knight, and I am the Chair of Trustees, and I'm going to act as MC today. Just a couple of points. Firstly, we are recording this, so just be aware of that. And if you are able to turn off your microphone and your camera, we know that the Zoom will run a little bit more smoothly if we don't have too many channels open. But welcome very much to this event. We will very soon move across to our Chief Executive, Camilla, who will give you an update on what Wild Oxfordshire has been up to, and then we move to our main event, and we are so lucky to have Richard Benwell back. Actually, he joined us in 2021. It seems like a lifetime away, and is back to give a presentation on political commitments into action in a very, very important year politically, with general elections in the UK and the USA and so on. So looking very much forward to Richard's presentation. But without further ado, I'll hand over to Camilla, who will give people a sense of what we've been up to at Wild Oxfordshire for the last year. Camilla, over to you, and I will mute.
Great. Thanks, David. Yes, so hi to those of you who I don't already know. I'm Camilla Burrow, the Chief Exec of Wild Oxfordshire. And I'm just going to do very briefly talk about what Wild Oxfordshire is all about, and then talk about some of our collective achievements in the last year in 2023. So Wild Oxfordshire, we're all about bringing people together to do the best thing for nature on their patch or within their sphere of influence. So we've got an overarching strategic framework of what we want to achieve and how we can achieve it so that everyone can contribute to this bigger picture of nature recovery in Oxfordshire. As a charity, we don't own any land or nature reserves, so we're all about inspiring and advising people on the best thing they can do for nature's recovery on their patch. So whether you're a community group, an individual, a parish council, a farmer, a landowner or a business, there's something that you can do for nature. And we're here to help you and enable you to do that. And we work with over 100 community groups and 80 organisations and engage with thousands of individuals throughout the year with our different projects and programmes. So how we achieve this is we catalyse change by identifying what needs to happen, convening partnerships and bringing people together, and then unlocking opportunities for action for nature recovery. And we lead several partnerships involving people working and volunteering in the conservation sector, as well as I mentioned, farmers, communities, local authorities, landowners and businesses. We work at the Oxfordshire scale, bringing together those working and volunteering towards nature recovery. And then we also work at the landscape scale, where delivery takes place. So we host the Evenlode Catchment Partnership, the Yellow Wagtail Partnership, and the Curlew Recovery Project. And then thirdly, we work at the local scale, supporting community groups and parish and town councils to take action for nature in their patch by giving them site-based ecological surveys and management advice. And we also have lots of carefully curated information on our website and a monthly email bulletin and twice yearly newsletters. And we provide training courses and workshops and events online and in person. So there's lots of ways that we're trying to help people help nature for the benefit of everyone. So one of the areas of work that we do is we help with the nature recovery strategy. So it's really important that we have a county-wide strategy for nature recovery. So we all have a framework that we can work towards and contribute to in whatever ways that we can. We know that nature needs more and bigger spaces, and spaces with high biodiversity and good connectivity. So, and to achieve this, we need more people to be taking action for nature on more areas of land. So in 2023, Oxfordshire County Council have started leading on the local nature recovery strategy process with a lot of support from us. And the benefit of this new big plan for nature is that we're going to be going beyond the usual suspects who have been engaged in conservation plans and strategies in the past, and ensuring that we're involving as many people as possible in creating this strategy. Because, as I said, we need all of these people to be delivering nature recovery, and people aren't going to deliver if they haven't been involved in creating the strategy. So the County Council has a website page now where you can go and sign up to be involved in all of the consultation which is going to take place in 2024. And we're chairing the engagement and comms working group of the local nature recovery strategy to ensure that we get really meaningful engagement with stakeholders and that their contributions input into the nature recovery strategy. As I mentioned, we also host the Evenlode Catchment Partnership. So there are several catchment partnerships in Oxfordshire, and one of them is the Evenlode. And these partnerships are a community-led approach that engages people, groups, and organisations to help improve our water environment. So there's lots of brilliant opportunities for local communities and landowners and farmers to work together on improving the Evenlode. During 2023, we've been working with Earthwatch, who have got over 100 volunteers regularly monitoring water quality, which is really important to build up a picture of the state of the Evenlode and the tributaries, which has been demonstrating that the biggest factor to the water quality issues are primarily pollution from sewage treatment works. And we also have volunteers carrying out river fly monitoring to help us understand the effects of pollution on aquatic life. We've also reconnected Chipping Norton Brook for a kilometre. So that's part of a river restoration and wetland creation project. And that's been creating 3.5 hectares of wetland and 3 hectares of species-rich grassland as well. We've also completed river meadow grassland surveys and found new areas of priority habitat. That's the most important areas for wildlife. And also supported local communities with hedgerow planting and pond creation and with training as well. And also commissioned a bench to remember Sarah Olney from Natural England, who's involved in the planning of the wetlands at Milton under Wychwood, and she sadly died in 2020. But we're very grateful for all of the work that she contributed to this project. We also expanded the natural flood interventions at Beddington to increase the flood storage there to about 20,000 cubic metres, which helps protect the village, and are engaging with landowners around Moreton in the Marsh for doing some more natural flood management. And the Education, Access and Recreation team, which is led by Cotswold National Landscape, they've delivered a staggering 43 visits to schools from junior school all the way up to A levels and reached almost 2,000 children. And they've also been working with some Duke of Edinburgh students in conservation tasks. And finally, on the Evenlode Catchment Partnership, we launched the film Beneath the Surface in December, which was attended by 60 people. And now the film has been viewed by over 1,300 people. So it was a brilliant way to showcase all of the work that the whole partnership has done in the Evenlode and the importance of the water quality issues there. And we're hoping to expand our personnel for this project in 2024 so that we can achieve even more. One of our other really important areas of work is the Yellow Wagtail Partnership. So we're working with Earth Trust, Church Farm and Lower Farm to restore a 4-mile stretch of land along the River Thames. The reason why we're focusing on the yellow wagtail is that this was a familiar bird of riparian meadows 60 years ago, but the numbers have plummeted with declines of 97% in wetland habitats and 70% in farmland habitats. So we want to work with landowners and farmers to work out how we can get them back by farming sustainably and making a profit and using a research-led approach to this. Sometimes actions needed to focus on a particular species that's under threat. So we're also leading the curlew recovery project, and this is focused on volunteer field workers working really closely with farmers to increase the breeding success of curlews by locating their nests and then fencing them so that to ensure that the chicks do hatch and ideally fledge. So you can see that there have been increases in the number of nests found each year, and the number of chicks fledged did go down in 2022 and then went up again in 2014, 2020, 2023 went up to 14 again. So we've also launched a video about the curlew recovery as well. So that's available on our YouTube channel and links from our website as well. It's a wonderful project, the curlew recovery. They're such a evocative bird. So I do recommend going to watch the video on that. And then finally, our community ecology programme, which, as I mentioned, is all about supporting communities and parish and town councils to take action for nature in their local patch. So we've been in contact with over 25 groups just in 2023 and given them advice. And we also have been working with West Oxfordshire District Council to produce a community and town and parish guide to nature recovery. So that toolkit guide will be available in the spring and on our website. And we held our annual local environment groups conference on the 28th of October, which was focused on linking up for nature with hedgerows and road verges. And that was held in Kirtlington with about 50 people there, with brilliant presentations from Craig Blackwell, Chris Powells and Katrina Bass, as well as guided walks to learn about swifts, hedgehog highways, wildflowers and Kirtlington's village pond. That was a wonderful event. As part of our community ecology work, we also received funding from CPRE to carry on with our Hedgerow Heroes project. So that's all about expanding Oxfordshire's hedgerow network and rejuvenating hedgerows with good management, such as hedge laying, and empowering communities to take that action for nature on their patch. So far, we've trained 16 people in hedge laying and worked with 8 parishes to develop hedgerow projects and engaged 55 people in hedgerow planting. And we are on track to plant 2.5 kilometres of hedgerow and restore 650 metres by the end of the season. So Jess, our hedgerow officer, is very, very busy at the moment because now is the season. That's all been going really well. So we're really proud of the landowners and communities and parish and town councils that have helped to make that happen, and CPRE for funding it. We also have, as part of our community ecology programme, a focused project on Kidlington, which is funded by Cherwell District Council. And we work really closely with the Kidlington Eco Group and the Kidlington Parish Council to ensure that once our involvement in this project tails off, it'll be able to be continued by the community who live in Kidlington. So they really take ownership of it. And during 2023, we created a pollinator friendly garden at Home Close. We hosted a family earth hour at St Mary's Fields Nature Reserve, put on several walks with volunteers around bats and swifts. I also did some nature hour at an assisted living residence, and went to various community events, including Kidlington Gala Day, to gather momentum and support for the hedgehog streets, which is all about helping hedgehogs be able to move between gardens and ensure that they have shelter and food. We've also worked to continuously improve the parish council owned land for nature, again working with local volunteers so that they really have ownership of that work, and they're the ones, you know, who do the work, which is brilliant. So, you know, thank you to all of them as well. So just to summarise on the community ecology thing, there's now almost 100 community groups working across Oxfordshire to bring the wild back into their neighbourhood, a big increase since last year. So check out the map on our website to find your nearest group, and also we have loads of well-researched guidance on our website too, so you can find out all about how you can help nature, but get in touch with us if you need help. And we also launched a video about what Wild Oxfordshire does, so that's available on our website and on our YouTube channel as well. And due to successfully raising lots of funding in 2023 for our community ecology programme, we expanded our team, and that's why we were able to achieve all of the things I've talked about in the last few slides. So finally, I just wanted to say that although I've been talking about what Wild Oxfordshire has achieved, actually it's not us on our own by any means at all. You know, it's all about all of the hard work and dedication of all of our colleagues in other organisations, volunteers, farmers, landowners and supporters. So whether you're working directly with us at Wild Oxfordshire or you're doing your bit for nature independently, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's done anything for nature in the last year. And if we keep working together, we will achieve nature recovery in Oxfordshire. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Camilla. That was great. And just to note that our colleague Mike Pollard has put a post to the Curlew River YouTube video that Camilla mentioned.